Cristy Code Red, author, entrepreneur, retired professional boxer. And I think the cat is out of the bag. So let's talk about what's going on. And yes, I wrote about this in my newsletter, and I did plan on coming out and talking about it at some point. And I think that we're finally at that some point. So if you don't get my Code Red weekly newsletter, I think I send out 2 or 3 a week. Go to coderedlifestyle.com/email and get on that. They're really good emails that I send out to you. And yes, I got really sick last summer, May, June, and July, to be specific. And yes, I found out that it was caused from chronic stress. And I used to laugh at people who would share that their body was breaking down from stress. And I just couldn't believe it until it happened to me. And I could barely believe when it happened to me. But the reality is my organs started shutting down one by one. They actually started shutting down all at once. And I had been dealing with high levels of stress for years. And it finally came to a head. It finally hit me. And the straw that broke the camel's back was when I hiked the Grand Canyon in May. I did rim to rim in one shot, 26 miles, 6,000 feet of climbing. I did it in 9 hours. I was the first one out of the canyon. And that's when my body started breaking down. So I had this underlining high level of stress that I had been hiding, not really knowing about for years, that was slowly eating away at me. And then when I put a massive athletic feat, that kind of stress on top of it, my body broke down. I started to go into multiple organ failure. Yeah. I had no idea this was possible. I mean, we've heard of people having anxiety attacks and thinking that it was a heart attack. Well, this is very similar to that. My body started to shut down. My liver became enlarged and started pressing on my stomach. I retained a massive amount of fluid, especially through my stomach area, which is not a place I hold on to weight or fat or fluid. I lost my appetite. I started having other symptoms. And that was just chronic levels of high stress for such a long amount of time and not taking care of myself. My cortisol, I thought I was taking care of myself, but not nearly enough. Your cortisol naturally is supposed to be high in the morning and low at night. Mine was low in the morning and high at night. All these problems I had, in fact, I just paid my final bill of multiple blood draws to try to figure out what was going on. I had kidney damage, liver damage, adrenal damage, and thyroid damage. Yes. And it took me months of therapy to recover from all this. I had to change my life immediately. I was at risk for a stroke. There are just so many things that happened to me when I found out about this and my body just shut down. It was a lot of symptoms that I would have these episodes. It was just terrible. And because of my current head injury, I was at risk for more than maybe the average person. Anyway, I went on different medications, and I'm still on them even to this day. Even though I've changed a lot of my lifestyle, and I've reduced things that were pouring into me that were causing me this kind of stress. I'm still on medication, and then I started thinking, wait a minute, the medication I'm on, I'm buying from a clinic that specializes in this. How about I formulate my own medication? The same stuff that I take, I'm going to make it available to other people, because I know I'm not the only person that deals with this kind of stuff. I mean, maybe you haven't gone into multiple organ failure and needed to be hospitalized. Maybe you have. Everybody's got a different stress level, but pretty much everybody's got this underlining stress in their life. And we're not really good about taking care of ourselves. We're just not. We don't take frequent breaks. And I take a bath every night. I mean, I read a book. I really thought I was doing a good job, but the bottom line, I wasn't. I was not doing a good job of taking care of myself, and I needed help. I needed some supplemental therapy to help my body heal itself. And so that's why Code Red came out with stress support AM and stress support PM. It's the same exact stuff that I took while I was trying to heal my body, and the same stuff I still do take. The only thing we're doing is we are manufacturing it in our facility with the same formulas. And the great thing about this AM and PM stress support, and you need to take them together, by the way, we sell them as a kit. We don't sell them separate, because you take 2 in the morning of the AM and 2 at night of the PM. Is the great thing about it is it will meet you at the level that you are. Everybody has different cortisol levels, and mine was 3.5 times higher than it should have been. My nighttime's cortisol, which was the reason I couldn't sleep. One of the reasons why I couldn't sleep. So it's gonna meet you at the level that you are. It's going to take the level that you are and bring it down to where it needs to be. So stress support AM, stress support PM. I have details written about this if you want to read more about it. I'm just telling you, I get it. I went through it myself. And these are the medications that I took. These are supplements. I shouldn't say medications. These are the supplements that my doctor had me on. And they're safe for you. They're going to help you, especially if you are under any type of stress. You need all the help you can get, because a lot of us are not de-stressing like we should. And I think I'm still guilty of this even now. Even now, I don't think I'm doing enough. I need to take better care of myself, and I'm working on it. You know, I have a book, I take a hot bath, I'm getting regular massages. My massage therapy lady just canceled because she has COVID, but I'm doing what I can. And this stress support supplement is just going to further assist me until I can get really, really normalized. So that's a little bit of sharing my heart with you. I didn't tell anybody that this was happening, but if you saw me at the June events in Boise, I was really, really, really sick. I was very sick. My sister had to help me get dressed and undressed. She had to carry me up the stairs. In fact, at one point, I almost passed out getting in my bed, and Miles and Carrie had to both get me in the bed. Carrie actually almost took me to the ER because I was so sick. They had the blood pressure cuff. They were testing my blood pressure. I wasn't responding very well. My words were slurred. I mean, I wasn't doing well, you guys. So I get it if you're not doing well. I was really sick. So I hope you give me a chance, meet me again now that I'm healed, and know that, I was doing my best and I was pushing through. And I know that you're doing your best and you're pushing through. But sometimes we need a little bit of supplement to support us during the healing process, as well as changing our lifestyle. So click the link and take advantage of our stress support AM and PM. And hopefully this will give you the support that you need. All right. Take care of yourself. Don't go through what I went through, because it's not worth it. All right. Okay.